Bmw M8 2018. When BMW introduced the 8 Series back in 1989, it reshaped the full-size luxury segment with a car that was gorgeous, unique, and loaded with innovative features. However, the global crisis and high fuel prices of the early 1990s prevented it from becoming a strong seller, with a little over 30,000 units delivered until 1999, when it was discontinued. Almost 2 decades later and the 8 Series is set to return. Following the unveiling of a concept car in May 2017, BMW also released a bunch of photos confirming that an M8 is also underway in 2018. The M8's arrival will mark a premiere for the nameplate, which didn't receive the M treatment in the 1990s. Although BMW did make a prototype, it eventually decided that there's no market for the M8 and the project was scrapped. Times have obviously changed now, and with Mercedes already offering AMG versions of the S-Class Coupe and with Bentley producing the Continental GT Speed for quite a few years now, BMW needs an 8 Series and an M8 to keep up with the competition. Find out what we already know about this Grand Tour in my speculative review below. The first thing that comes to mind when looking at the camouflaged M8 is that the production Model 1T look as exotic as the 8 Series concept. This confirms that BMW will give the Series Coupe a softer stance and that it will remove the big vents behind the front fenders, the massive intakes under the headlamps, and the aggressive engine hood. The front grille also sports a less angry design that's more in line with BMW current styling cues. This isn't a bad thing though, as the vertical slats are pretty thin and sharp and the kidneys are wide enough to produce a wide stance. The headlamps are obviously thicker than the Concept S, but thinner than anything else you get right now save for the i8. Down below, the bumper appears to be standard BMW M stuff, with large outlets toward the sides and longer vents with a mesh grille in the middle. This section will be unique to the M8, while the 8 Series will sport a less aggressive element. Onto the sides, the large scoop behind the front fenders is missing, while the roof sits slightly higher. This isn't surprising, as concept cars are usually sleeker than their production counterparts. However, the good news is that the rear haunches, one of the most stylish features on the 8 Series concept if you ask me, appear to be very similar. Moving over to M-specific additions, we have beefier side skirts and a set of juicy twin 5-spoke rims in dark gray. Behind them we can see the obligatory blue brake calipers. As usual, we asked our rendering artist to create a digital image of the upcoming M8. The rendering is based on the spy shots released by BMW, but also includes some toned-down features seen on the 8 Series concept. In case you're wondering why we're reusing a convertible for this article, I think that BMW will also do a drop-top version to compete against the cabriolet variants of the mercedes-amg S63 and S65. BMW had very little to say about the M8's exterior features and production schedule, but shared no information about the interior or the technology inside. On the other hand, we have the 8 Series concept for hints as to what we may find in the M8. As you'd expect, the show car's interior is a fancier rendition of BMW's current styling language. It sports an appealing blend of clean surfaces and vertical lines, a sleek center console, all digital instrument clusters, and a new steering wheel design. Although clean and uncluttered on the passenger side, the dashboard is highlighted by premium red stitching on the upper side and around the center stack area. It also has vertically oriented, almost triangular racy vents at each corner. These features are likely to find their way in the production 8 Series and to some extent in the M8 too. The 8 Series concept is also quite luxurious when it comes to materials, using merino leather and dark brown and fjord white, as well as hand-polished aluminum. The M8 should get similar treatment, although the base package will probably include black upholstery only. As always, look for several M emblems on various elements inside the cabin. The V8 will likely come in the form of a twin-turbo 4.4-liter unit similar to that offered in the new BMW M5. Output should sit close to the 600 horsepower mark to counter the 577 horses delivered by the Mercedes-AMG S63. X-Drive AWD is likely to be standard, at least here in the United States. The V12 engine could be sourced from the M760Li, which uses a twin-turbo, 6.6-liter V12. This unit cranks out 600 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of twist in the range-topping 7 Series and should be capable of more oomph than the M8. Given that the Mercedes-AMG S65 is good for 621 horses, it wouldn't be surprising to see BMW push output toward the 650 horsepower mark. The V12-powered M8 is also likely to come with AWD, which would give it an advantage over the RWD-only Merc. This would be most visible in the acceleration department, with the M8 likely to hit 60 miles per hour in less than 3.7 seconds. As with most Beamers here in the US, the M8 should come with an automatic transmission only. It's a bit early to talk about prices here, but it's pretty clear that the M8 won't come cheap. My bet is that the Grand Tourer will fetch more than the M760i X-Drive, which retails from $156,700. Expect a price tag of almost $170,000 for the V8 model and a sticker of at least $200,000 for the V12 variant.